Welcome to Venus Transmissions. I'm Sat Avtar. We're going to do a new moon practice today, a meditation, and talk about the alignments and manifestation and connect with this new moon energy. It's a wonderful time to look at our goals, give them energy, give them life, receive. And we're going to actually do a little bit of an exercise that you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil for. So if you want to grab that now before we get settled in, that would be great. Just a piece of paper should be enough. So this new moon, it's in Leo. And we have all the alignments that we had for the full moon. You know, the Pluto in Capricorn, Neptune, Pisces, all that energy going on. It's still there. We're dealing with those same concepts, but now it's a time of what we have let go of so that we can fill that space with something new. Leo is, just think of the way a Leo roars, that energy. It is regal, it is royal, it is powerful, it is expression. Also the inner child. Leo represents the inner child. We've had a lot of these themes over the last year or two, this balance of Leo and Venus, feminine and masculine energy. And you have to think of that as, so the feminine receives and the masculine gives. When in alignment, this exchange of energy is so important, and it's metaphoric. When you think about the time of climax, what's happening? What is really happening when you are in that space of joy and connected to God? The man is giving, the woman is receiving, and then something new is born. And the alignments encapsulate that energy right now, because Leo is very masculine. Leo is about the inner child. This is a lot about relationships. Those core wounds are going to come up, but you're going to have the power and the energy to step out of them, to look back and reflect, because Venus is in retrograde, at how you've changed, how far you've come. Have you chosen yourself? If you haven't, now is the time. Now is the time to choose yourself, because that's when you manifest. That's when things come to your experience. And especially for women, use the power of your skill and ability to receive this time. And men, to give. Men, you also have to receive, though, to give. Because if you don't receive anything, then you can't give anything. So it's also an important knowing and time for you to connect with your own feminine energy. We have conjunctions going on. Moon and the sun with Venus. Venus is the energy of harmony, of love. We are going to want to have emotional satisfaction. We are going to want to have comfort. But first we have to comfort ourselves before we can get it from other people. We have to choose the right path. We have to choose the healthy path. We have to let go and stop putting in energy of anxiety and needing to fix things. And we have the supportive energy of the new moon now to do it. It's happening on the 16th. Venus energy of harmony. When you have a conjunction, they're very close together. They're working together. It's a powerful mix of energy. So you will see that. Again, that tantric energy, the balance of the masculine and feminine for consciousness transformation. Also have Jupiter is square. So a square denotes usually tension. Jupiter, again, like I say, the Jupiter finger of wisdom, mudra of wisdom, connection to, just think up, the heavens, higher self. When you have a square, it's a pressure. There's a pressure and a need building that these issues, that it's time to resolve them. Venus in retrograde means you're going to have things coming back to your experience, not necessarily coming back, but the themes that you've been going through, especially with relationships in the last couple years, those themes again can come to the surface. And that is happening. It's happening in my own life. I've had to go back so to speak, these last few weeks, and I've had to choose myself and state my boundaries and let everything go and just say, I'm going to let go, I'm going to allow, I'm going to see what happens. And I had to talk to someone. I had to have those hard conversations. I had to express myself. Leo is expression. So as long as you can stay chill, but we are being asked to and put a pressure on us to use our relationships as the doorway and the portal to transformation, because that's really what they are. We get to see who we are through other people. Relationship that's everything in this 3D dominion. Working out all those energies, all those patterns, the 5D love underneath, and then the 3D stuff that you have to wade through, the karma to release, to come into that space. It's a very freeing time. It really is. If you can let go and step in and receive, you'll be golden. You'll see what's coming in. Another point about manifestation and this new moon. So we're going to look at a goal that we really want to achieve and see where our resistance is to it, what energies we have. And the meditation we're going to do is for opening our heart and creating this magnetive arc line aura around us, feeling the attitude of gratitude and using our voice to create that. I want to share with you that a couple days ago I got life-changing news of a lifetime, something that I had actually been working on for decades, or wanted for decades, and had been working to get towards for a long time. Think of your relationships that way. Sometimes it takes decades for us to figure things out, and that's part of the beauty of the process. I got accepted to the exceptional talent artist visa in the UK. So I get to move to the UK. After 3 years, I can get permanent residency. I basically show up, I get healthcare, I can work, I can do anything I want. And I did it for the music category. I have wanted to move to the UK for years, decades. I always knew I would end up there. I always knew I would end up in London. I think even in high school or college, I was thinking that. I thought I would be going for different reasons, for a different career. But this visa, I don't know how long it's been around, but if it was around in my 20s, I could have actually gone in my 20s. I could have fulfilled that dream when I was 23 years old, 24 years old. I had all the qualifications of it. I had been in magazines for DJing. I had performed in Canada, in Mexico, all over the United States. And I could have gotten the letters of recommendation, even then, from one British company and then other people in the industry. But I had no idea. Why? Because it wasn't the right time. Timing is essential for creation and manifestation. If I had tried to move there then, it would have been totally different than the experience I'm having now, which is so much liberation over the last couple years. You know, parents' death, heartbreak, other family deaths, but through it all, through the grief, my heart opened, my ability to call even more into my life and just be happy for myself is just exponential change. It's totally different level. I can step into that new life in such a more empowered way than I could have when I was that age. I can enjoy it now, and that's what I'm supposed to do. I had really let go of whether or not I was going to get it. On one hand, I had tried applying for it a couple years ago and got rejected. So I fixed the application. We get so impatient sometimes, but these big things, we appreciate them more when we have to work harder for them. But I had to let go. I had to take out the resistance to the energy. And it's important to remember that when we're going to use the piece of paper and the pencil, because you have to see, what's the resistance I'm holding? And is this goal and something I want to get out of something, to get out of an energy that I don't like? Or is it to create something new and expressive and beautiful? When I let go, and I went to apply for this, and they were going to do website maintenance in 20 minutes. And I thought to myself, oh, that's hilarious. But I didn't take it personally. I didn't let any energy like, oh, it's a sign I'm not supposed to apply. And I started it. The next morning, my osteopath from Mexico texted me. I don't know him very well. He doesn't really speak English. I don't speak good Spanish, but he's very in tune, and he's seen me at some really difficult times the past couple of years. And he said he had a dream of me. And I was running through a green, grassy field, and I was so happy. And I knew when he told me that dream that that was God and my soul communicating with him. Because sometimes if you're emotionally you get too much going on, you can't get those messages. That's why meditation is so important. I've had a lot of people tell me things when it couldn't come through me because I was too invested in the situation. But I knew when he told me that I was going to get the visa and I needed to finish the application. I still was prepared for it to not happen. I still was prepared and say, you know what, no matter what, it's fine. I will go on. Life will go on. I will be able to be happy no matter what is happening, no matter who is in my life, because my soul is what brings me happiness, my connection. So I let the whole thing go. But the dream definitely made me feel optimistic. And I was starting to be like, wow, it's almost 8 weeks. And they say, in 8 weeks. And then I got it. And when I saw the email, I could feel the energy, all this spiritual energy around me. And yes, huge, huge thing. And when I look back, everything that I have really put my mind to, I've achieved. Not my mind, my soul and my heart. I've achieved. Maybe certain things in my life, if I had an idea too much of what it was supposed to be like, or I was supposed to have this, or I was judging myself through financial reimbursement from it or something, I might say or see that, well, that didn't happen. But no, it really has. When I really get deep, look at my intentions, look at my energy, look at my beliefs, it absolutely has. We have so much power. Think of a goal that you really want to achieve and receive. You need those two energies to really bring things into your experience and manifest. You need the energy that you put in to achieve it, but you also need the openness to receive it. What is this goal? Write this goal down. Maybe it's only a sentence. But as you're writing it, feel into it. How do you actually feel? And after you've written down, take a moment. Are you self-aware enough to connect with the energy that you're resonating that resists this? Any inner anxiety, self-judgment, could be in your heart, could be in the pit of your stomach, that's where our solar plexus, the connection to creativity is. If you're writing about a relationship that you really want, a relationship, happy relationship, does any sadness come up when you write that, when you think of that? When you write this down, do you immediately have negatives come up of thoughts as to why you can't have it? those are the things that you want to address. Those are the things that you want to integrate and let go. And you don't fix it or shift it by trying to push it away. You fix it, shift it by bringing it to you. By bringing in what you're resisting deep into your heart, deep into the core of your energy. And then it releases. That helps remove the blocks. You don't want your energy out, you want it in and open. And it's through self-love that you make that happen. So sit with that knowing that there's ways to help, that it's not just sitting there and doing it. There's quantum healing techniques, there's healing techniques, emotional, like frequency, movement. You're changing the frequency of your emotions. You're changing the energy of your emotions. And you bring things into you. And a lot of times the resisting energy, the energy feeling like we can't or we don't or we need to fix, that's a pushing out energy, and it does not allow you to receive. So remember that. So let's get prepared for our practice. We're going to open up the lower triangle because we're still working on that area this month because of its connection to feminine energy, masculine energy, whatever we're holding that blocks us from that. When you have alignment and balance in your relationships, when you work through things in your relationships, it affects your ability to manifest and receive. They're very connected to each other because they're playing with the polarities, and you're able to choose yourself in those times, which fixes everything. But that is tantric energy. That's the basis of tantric energy. So the whole experience, universe, your world responds to that. And opening up our body allows us to keep the energy flowing because they're connected. The energetic connection, the soul connection, mind-body connection. Your body is a metaphor, so how you work with that helps you work with the energies. We're just going to do a simple, hopefully I won't get too cut off by the camera. We're opening up. I have these huge pants. Keeping the heart center open. Just moving from side to side. Feeling the openness of that energy, the flow. Letting what is density, and you don't need to hold anymore, any grief, just let it go to the earth. Let it be taken by the earth. Deep breaths. Now you can push on one knee, doing a twist. You can feel the inner groin open up. Switch sides. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Push on both. I can really, really open up that lower triangle. Inhale. And exhale. Stand up. I got the flower on me a little bit ago. She smells so good. It's that Venus energy. Surround yourself with that. This is just, you can see all the moisture on the inside, and just how beautiful is that flower. Such a representation of the feminine. Keeping our nutrients, hydration. It smells so good. Whenever I meditate near these flowers, We had a group meditation at my house. I think last year I had a bunch of people. We meditated for 4 hours or something. The flowers, they smelled so powerful because they're alive. They react. Everything around you is alive. Even the things you think aren't alive, they're technically alive. They have vibration to them. And they respond. So think of the world that way. It responds to your voice, your expression, your heart-centered openness. It responds to harmony. It responds to what you give out. Let's open the legs. This is my first practice of the day, so I'm a bit stiff. Again, opening up the lower triangle. And just go from side to side. You can reach up to the center. You rub the knees. Our knees get very neglected. Bring yourself back. Taking the hands in Gyan Mudra, we're putting them up and over the head, and we're moving the arms. They're both going in a counterclockwise motion. You're building this energy, this aura about you, clearing the arc line of karmas, tapping into the Akashic record, moving that energy. This is good for healing, for releasing stored anger, which we need to let go of. Helps the heart center, the joints, the lymphatic system. And we're going to add a mantra to this. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Satnam. Sat, the truth, the infinite truth that never dies. That truth that is the root of everything. So you can see that truth in every situation. Waheguru. Wahe is an expression of ecstasy, the ultimate ecstasy. And Guru, that energy that you have that brings you from darkness to light. You're going to use the navel point to chant this. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Keep going. Keep going. If the arms get tired, use the breath. You can bring them down for a second and then just bring them right back up. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Keep going. Keep going. Open up the heart center. Feel your energy get big and radiant and beautiful. Move the energy, that arc line above your crown. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Feel your voice expand, express, bring it up from the root, project it, keep going. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Keep going. See the energy up your spine expand, explode into radiance. Feel that you're clearing your aura. Use the power of your voice, your projection. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 almost there, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. Keep on with the movement. Do it as fast as possible. Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, 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 Satnam, Satnam. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Pole bond. Bring the energy up the spine as long as you're not in your cycle or pregnant. Pulling in and up like you're doing a Kegel, awakening the Kundalini. Inhale. Stretch the spine. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, stretch. Twist from left to right. Exhale. Relax. Feel the shift in your energy. Now, can you connect with that goal, what you want to create, with more openness, with less resistance, with less why nots or can'ts, and feel the openness of your heart and call that manifestation in and let go. Feel it, imagine it. How does it feel to have it? To be it. Experience it. Be what that is. You want more respect? Respect yourself first. You want to be seen? See yourself first. All the parts of yourself that you run and hide from. You want people to give to you? Give to yourself first. What does your inner child want? Give it to her or him. To them. It was great to have you here today. Please leave your comments below with any questions. Up at the top links, the first link is to my 5-day free voice challenge, opening up the throat chakra, the voice, understanding it. It's so important for us to create our goals. VenusTransmissions.com for one-to-one more information about my readings and my privates. And there's also a voice alchemy course. AquarianYogi.net is my online yoga studio where you can connect with many of these practices, dozens of videos. Strengthen the nervous system, balance the endocrine system, revitalize, reharmonize. It's only $100 for the year, or there's a monthly charge. Practice is really important. You want things to shift in your life, you want to call things in, you have to have a practice. Doesn't have to be this practice, just something that connects you with you. You can understand your mind, your energy. You can witness yourself. So meditation is so important. Sat Nam and happy new moon.